What is up, everyone? Perky here with my man Oscar.
What's up, guys?
Nice finger guns.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Week 1 is in the books, and man, it's exciting. Football's here.
It was official. We had football. It was so great. I mean, this year obviously has been a lot of not normal.
Yeah.
And so this past weekend felt normal-ish. You know, it was great. It was great seeing people. I mean, if you looked up in the stands, that was not normal, but the football action on the field was. And it was so great. I watched a lot of football, tried to catch every game I could. I did not catch the late Monday night game. I watched 15 minutes of it, and I was like, I'm done. Can't deal with these two terrible teams. So, but yeah, everything else was great. I loved it.
Yeah, the Broncos, they're awful.
Just saying.
Worthless. Oh.
Just saying.
Who would be a fan of the Broncos?
Ooh, especially in our league. Why would anybody join this league if they're a fan of the Broncos?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even understand. It was great, man. It was great to watch footballs. We were coming in town Thursday night, but I had the game recording, and I started it from the beginning and watched the whole thing, and that was kind of cool because there were fans in the stands, and
yeah.
I mean, they made some noise, so it was pretty cool. But man, football's here. I mentioned NFL Red Zone. If you have NFL Red Zone, it's the best. I mean,
yeah.
It's really cool. I think YouTube TV. We always sign up for TV just for football season, and I think YouTube TV got me with that one, with their little free trial. I'm gonna pay that $12.
Red Zone's great. You don't miss out on anything, and that's what's great about it. You don't miss out on the scoring plays, and
there's no commercials. It's just straight. It's like someone just put an IV in, and you're just football the whole time. It's awesome. It's really cool. So if you get a chance to check that out. So we are on Zoom today, and I am in quarantine. So part of my football weekend, buddy came over Sunday night and watched some football with me, and then Monday morning he tested positive for COVID. Yeah. So I'm in quarantine. Got a test on Friday. We'll see. I don't have any symptoms or anything. I'm pretty positive I'll be negative. So it'll be good. I talked to Rick earlier in the week. I think he's doing good. Rick, I hope you're doing all right, man.
That's good.
Doing all right with the Rona, but yeah. So we're on Zoom today, and we're hoping to not be on Zoom at some point.
Hopefully, sometime
we'll see if that ever happens
this season.
Yeah, man. But man, let's get into reviewing the week, and we had week 1, so we had some people win, had some people lose. I'm gonna run down. I'm gonna run down kind of the view I've got it in. I was having a little trouble finding the actual view here. Here, we'll pull up. Oscar sent me a screenshot. We can pull that up. Here we go. And I guess I could share that, huh?
There's that.
I'll do that. Boom. There it is. All right. So Oscar, you're up here. Can't see your picture.
Right.
But you and Luke make it Ertz so good. You took him out, man.
I did. My team, I had left a lot of points on my bench, but there were points that I probably wouldn't have started no matter what. But yeah, I was excited to come up with a win. Luke's team just didn't come through for him, and it's the name of the game. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Congrats, man.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
And then I took down Will, which felt good.
So, Will has a good team, but he's got some of those players in there that just kind of stunk it up a little bit for him. Michael Thomas was a big one.
Michael Thomas going down. I mean, of course, that wasn't exactly the story, but
exactly. Let's be honest. He was not scoring a lot of points before he went down. So
who was?
Who's
Alvin
that?
Kamara.
That's true, and he even had a touchdown called back. So
yeah. So
Kamara was
it felt good to beat Will there. We had Kyle had his first win in the first week.
He did, and he did it at the last minute. Just so you know, he was not winning that game. He was losing, and at the end, Derrick Henry pushed him over the top. So
that's great, man. Congrats, Kyle. So
yeah.
I mean, Kyle can now just lose the rest of the games, and it'll be normal season.
He did it, like you said. He hit his quota. He's got his one win for the season.
The champ did what the champ does. Champ won, beat Obed. I feel like this is the story though. Like, I feel like every season now, Andrew has a great team. I'm not really trying to take anything away from Andrew. Andrew always has a great team. He's always good at fantasy football. People that say that there's not skill in it, like, just go look at Andrew. He's always good, hands down.
Absolutely.
But I also feel like teams always underperform against him.
It's true. That is true.
So it's better to be lucky than good, right?
Sometimes.
And Obed's got a good team. Was supposed to score 135 points, got 107. So
yeah, Saquon let him down a little bit, but it happens.
Oh man, Saquon, that was tough.
Saquon, yeah,
couldn't do anything.
One of the crazier stats of that game was that Ben Roethlisberger ended up with more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Saquon could not get free. That Steelers defense is no joke. So whenever you play an offensive player against the Steelers defense, just be ready.
Yeah, good luck with that. We had a couple more. We had Rick taking out Diego. This was the highest scoring game of the week for sure. Diego, man, I'm sorry. It sucks when you're the second highest scorer and you lose.
Yep. That was my matchup of the week. I knew that both of those teams were fantastic. They looked great on paper, and they did not disappoint, man. Tough beat, Diego. I mean, you had a great team. You had a great week, and it was just not enough. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, that sucks. That's the game.
Yep.
And then we had the pillow fight between Gary and Justin. Almost the two lowest scores of the week. What's his name? Luke snuck in there and had a little bit lower score than Justin, but Justin pulled it off. Doesn't matter if you win with 100 points or if you can win with 100 points and lose with 157. That's what I'm walking away from this week figuring out.
Hey, Jonathan, can I just point out something that caught my eye? The two teams that did not score over 100 points were also the two teams with the most draft cash left on the board. Coincidence?
Interesting.
I don't know. You tell me.
Interesting.
You tell me.
Yeah, that's an interesting observation there.
Just saying.
So congrats to those that won. Sorry for those that lost, except for Will. But those are the matchups. We've got we're kind of talking about some of the surprises. Kyle coming in strong, winning his first one. That was a little surprise to me. I think outside of that, I mean, you got teams that are going to be up and down. People are going to perform or not perform. I felt like a lot of my team underperformed this week, but we'll see. We'll see moving forward. I had a couple guys that pulled it out. And we were talking a minute ago. I'm in a couple other leagues. This is the only league you're in, right?
This is the only league I am. I bowed out of my other league, and so I'm just focusing on the one league to rule them all.
Come on. And so that's actually why I named it that. Is I want this to be the one league that rules them all. Like, my hope is that this is the best league that you guys are in. I want this to be the most important league that you have. I know it may not be, but that's always my hope, and that's what I work toward. That's what I work toward as a commission. I want this to be the most important league that you've got, and so that's actually, if you ever wondered, that's why it's called the one league to rule them all, because I'm not very clever, and it seemed to make sense.
That makes sense to me, and it's my only league, so it is the one league to rule them all.
Come on.
There you go.
I'm in a couple others out there. One is a bunch of guys from college, and like, I care about it a little bit. That's the one I won last year. And then the other one's the Megalo Bowl with like 8,000 or 9,000 people, and that's just fun. I'm gonna lose it, and I don't care. It's fine.
That's cool.
But let's go through. Let's look at the standings where we are. We'll just a couple of these things we'll just do each week, just to kind of see where we're at. So standings, because obviously a lot of people are tied. You're either 1-0 or you're 0-1. And so then it goes into points for. And so just so you know, that's how the standings will work. So we've got Rick bringing it in first place, 173. And then Andrew, me, Oscar.
Top 5.
And then, man, look at Kyle in the top 5. Come on, baby. That's big. And then Justin in 6th. And so then once again, 0-1. It's going to be broken down who scored the most points. Diego, Chris, man, it's hard like translating all of the like many names into your actual names. But then Obed and Will and Luke and Gary bringing up the rear. You can look at these standings. They're just at the bottom of that league tab. And I switched tabs there. And it'll tell you who's got the most points for, who's got the most points against. You can organize it by that. I don't know, it's not working right now, but you can also see waiver. So kind of interesting. We do get a weekly report, so let's dive into that. This is an automated thing put out by Sleeper each week. It'll come out on Tuesday once everything's finalized. So best manager, Diego, congrats on that. You 95% of your perfect lineup. That's always, man, if I can ever set my perfect lineup, I feel awesome. Even if I lose, I'm like, well, it's all I could have done.
That makes you feel good. And then I would just like to say I got worst manager. So I left a lot of points on the board, on my bench. And it happens.
Who knew Nyheim Hines was going to score 27 points?
Who knew? Well, he's going back in my lineup this week. So get ready, Gary. But yeah, so you never know what's going to happen. I was the worst manager, and I've got a win. Diego was the best manager, and he's got a loss. And so just rubbing salt in that open wound, Diego, just so you know. That's what I do.
That's right. Oh, man, that's awesome. So Andrew had the biggest blowout, so 25% margin there. Narrow victory went to Kyle, 115, 113. Like you said, he squeezed it out and at the last.
Win's a win, baby. A win's a win.
That's right. Highest score is Rick. And just so everyone knows, the highest score in our league, and now it sounds like a humble brag, but is I need to look it up. It's like 197 point something. Andrew got like within a point last year of breaking it.
It's not important. Let's move on.
I am the high score.
It's not important.
From the championship game 2 years ago against Oscar. So
let's move on.
It was
not
great.
Important.
But just so you know, if you ever want to get that league, I can't think of words today.
Record.
That's the one. So Rick had the highest score. Gary had the lowest score. You can lose with a high score, but you can't win if you have the lowest.
That's true.
It's a fact. Overachiever, man, Rick outperformed his projection by 173 points. Obed, like I mentioned, was the below expectation, 21% lower than the projections. We all know projections mean nothing, or if you don't know, projections mean nothing.
Yep. I actually had to point out to Obed, so much for his power rankings. I in 4th place, and his power ranking showed I was the 12th worst team. So, just saying.
Who cares? I mean, it's also only 1 weekend, Oscar. There's still more time for you to lose.
That's true. That's valid. And just so you guys know, if you lost, your season is not over.
For sure.
It's 1 week. You can still win the championship. So make those moves, get your players in there, claim people off the waivers, do what you got to do. But the season is not over, not by a long shot.
Yeah. So says the two guys that are 1-0.
Just saying.
Quarterback of the week, Russell Wilson. Will had them, and
Russ killed it.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs went crazy.
Yep.
Just went crazy.
Great pickup.
That was good. Devontae Adams played out of his mind. Aaron Rodgers looked like old Aaron Rodgers.
Sure did.
I mean,
did not expect that.
Pretty nuts. That preseason trade turned out well for Chris with Mark Andrews scoring 22 points. Not enough to win, but hey, something good to look forward to. The kicker of the week, that away, Gary. Come on.
There you go.
There's something to hang your hat on right there, Gary. You may have had the fewest points, you may have lost, but your kicker was the best of the week.
The Daniel Carlson.
That's right. I had the defense of the week. The Ravens did really well. They weren't actually the top scoring defense on the week, but they were the top scoring defense that anyone played. There were I think 2 teams ahead of them. Bench warmer Aaron Rodgers, like we said, had a great week. Gary loves to have Aaron Rodgers on his team. We'll see if Aaron Rodgers is back.
Who knows?
I'm waiting to see. You had bench warmer running back of the week, Nyheim Hines, 27.3 points. Nobody saw that coming.
No.
But you're looking for it this next week, though, huh?
I sure am.
Come on. And then Darius Slayton, man, I was surprised by that. We'll see if that happens again.
That's a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, 28 points, and then Dallas Goedert, tight end bench warmer of the week. I will probably never get that award because I will probably not ever have a tight end on my bench.
Same.
We'll see.
Yep.
24 points. That could have made a difference in our game right there. So.
Sure could have.
Oh yeah. I said love-in. I meant live-in.
Yeah, which is exactly why I told you that you're always sending typos in your text messages. Just so you know.
I hate typos. They're the worst.
You send plenty of them.
I do. Let's run down. So we're going to talk a minute about trades. We haven't had any trades this week.
Nope, no trades.
I was going to totally throw Will under the bus, though. Will was like, hey, I will totally trade you Christian Kirk, who scored 1 point this week, for the second highest scoring wide receiver this week for Calvin Ridley. Let's do it. I think it was like $10 of draft cash in there too or something, but I don't care a lot about draft cash right now. I want to win the league.
Exactly.
And I was like, Will, what you want to trade me somebody who did awful for somebody who did great?
Yeah, you got to make those trades fair. I'm just saying. Had a trade offer yesterday for Nyheim Hines that had fab cash involved, and I'm not interested in fab cash. I want to win. So I want players that are going to help me win. And if you want Nyheim Hines, give me a player that's going to help me win, and I'll give you Nyheim Hines. But I don't want your money.
Yeah. Yeah, just when you guys are trading, make sure you make it a win-win. I mean, you can offer bad trades. I can't blame Will for trying, Yeah. But win-wins are.
You can offer cash. You can offer cash. There may be people that want that fab cash or even draft cash, and go for it. But no, at the beginning of the season, I want players, and I want players that are going to help my team. So
yeah. And Will, I love you. I just had to make fun of you a little bit. Tried to work a deal. Doesn't sound like we've figured anything out yet. You and I almost had a deal that would have gone really, really well for me.
Yes. So Jonathan offered me James Conner and Michael Gallup for Ezekiel Elliott, and I was thinking really hard about it. But my family kept me busy on Saturday, and we didn't let the trade go through. And so, man, worked out in my favor.
Turned out well for you.
Just a little bit of fantasy advice. Everybody's got a price. I was definitely thinking about trading Ezekiel Elliott. So CMC, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Saquon, Zeke, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, they've all got a price.
Yeah.
So if you're holding real tightly to those players, there's options out there. Just throwing that out there.
That's something I'm actually working on this year. I have historically I get kind of locked in on some players and like in the preseason, I wasn't willing to trade Chris Godwin, and so then I missed out on a great trade with Rick, and then Andrew got it, and I, so I am working on not holding my players too tightly, and Will came and said, hey, I want Calvin Ridley, what's it going to take? And my initial thought was, there's no way you're prying Calvin Ridley out of my hands. And then I went, no, this is dumb. I need to, there is a price. So let's see if we can.
There should be a price.
Yeah.
There should be a price. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. So waiver pickups, we're going to walk through those real quick. This is the one that's, I should share it. But definitely the first one that's on there is the one that surprised me. Myles Gaskin for $21 to Luke.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, this is a blind auction, and so Luke knows he could have got Myles Gaskin for $2.
$2.
So you never know what anybody else is going to bid, and sometimes you win some, and sometimes you lose some. So you lost on
Luke lost them. I mean, but I mean, who knew? The fourth string running back for Miami, a terrible team. I mean, of course, people are going to go pretty hard after him, right?
I don't think I feel like everybody in our league knew that they didn't want to play the Miami Dolphins running back game, and
except Luke.
Except Luke.
Yeah. So you walked away with Paris Campbell for $16.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I had Paris Campbell on. He was my last pick in my draft, and I dropped him to get a defense. And so now I want him back because he looked great.
And you had to pay $16 to get him back.
He's in that slot receiver spot. Phillip Rivers loves his slot receivers, and that's Paris Campbell right now. So I went to bed with an $11 bid, and I couldn't sleep, so I went up to $16 because I didn't want to lose him. And turns out I could have gone him for $6. But
yep. Yeah, I was the second highest bid on there. I like him. I really needed a running back more than – I actually had him and Robbie Anderson at like $10, but I was like, I'm pretty deep at wide receiver. I needed a running back more, so lowered my bids there. Frank Gore, not surprised to see him go off the board. Kyle picked him up for $12. When you overbid by $7 or something like that, that's just saying I want this guy. I mean, just like what you did. When you pay 21 for
two,
for somebody at 2, which to me is like a $0 player.
That nobody's ever heard of.
We love you, Luke. Russell Gage, the wide receiver 3 for Atlanta, went for $8 to Justin. You put in 4 on him.
I did.
It's an interesting pickup. I mean, he had 114 or something yards this week, no touchdowns. That was kind of what separated him. Was he had the same amount of catches as Julio and Calvin Ridley, had almost as many yards as Calvin Ridley, just didn't get in the end zone, and so we'll see. I also
throwing that ball though. So
Matt Ryan also had like 50 attempts. I'm just not sure if that's going to be every game. If it is, man, Russell Gage maybe really great. Corey Davis, Justin also picked up Corey Davis, so he's making some wide receiver moves. $8 there. I put in a couple of bucks on him. I'm not a real big Corey Davis fan, but he did this week.
In one of my other leagues last year, I played the Corey Davis game and wasn't fun. So good luck. I hope he does well for you, but I'm not playing that.
There's a thing called reception perception, and it basically grades wide receivers on separate from their quarterback. It looks at how are they running the routes, are they creating separation, are they catching the ball, are they catching contested balls, that kind of thing. And Corey Davis is one of those wide receivers that did awful.
Oh, nice.
Historically awful on reception perception. So that kind of goes into some of why I don't like him. But it doesn't matter how bad you are in that if you score fancy points, which he did this week. So we'll see. I like this Robbie Anderson pickup from Obed. There was actually, so this will show you a little bit of how this works. Obed was not the highest bidder. You were, but you had a higher priority by bidding more on Paris Campbell, and then you didn't have roster spots, so you were dropping the same player to pick up one of these.
Yeah, so I was dropping N'Keal Harry for both of those. So my first priority was Paris Campbell. Second priority was Robbie Anderson for $6. But since I got rid of N'Keal Harry and the other pickup, I couldn't get Robbie Anderson. But that's a great. I personally think that's a great pickup by Obed for $5.
Yeah,
I think Robbie Anderson's going to get some targets. Carolina looks pretty good. They've got 3 wide receivers that got about a pretty even share. And I think Robbie Anderson's I've always had faith in Robbie Anderson. He hasn't always done well when he was with the Jets, but looks like he could have his moment to shine in Carolina. So
yeah, it could be really interesting. I really like the pickup. I put in $5 on him. Like I said, I had him at 10 actually, but then I was like, I really need a running back more than I need a wide receiver. But you can see, so when it came down to it, Obed had the higher waiver priority, partly because he lost. I had a higher priority than me or than Andrew, and so that's why he walked away with the player. So that was a great example of just kind of how that works. And he already had an empty bench spot, so he didn't have to drop anybody for that. I walked away with Joshua Kelly, who had some good carries and stuff. We'll see how that shakes out between him and Eckler. And man, I was really disappointed in Chris Thompson. I like Chris Thompson. I had high hopes and dreams for him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do a lot more than he did. So
yeah, man, couple of defenses and we're out. So we're gonna look at the matchups for this week. It's coming.
I'm excited.
Here we go. We got our league matchups right here. Oh, that's not the matchups. There's our matchups. So we got me and Andrew going head to head. I'm excited about this. I actually hate playing Andrew.
You ask me, that's the game of the week. 2 great teams, consistently finish well in our league. Man, that's going to be great. I'm excited for that game. I'm excited for that matchup. May the best man win. Do we get a water bet? Do we get our first water bet of the season? Please tell me.
I'd be in on a water bet. I'd be in on a water bet.
That's an even game right there, and that's got water bet material written all over it.
Yeah, Andrew, you let me know. I'm in for a water bet. Whoever wins gets to throw water on the other person. There's a Wheel of Water app that you can spin. It's a really great way to do bets that aren't money. They're just fun. But yeah, I'd be in for that. I'm eager to see what happens. We got Rick and Kyle going head to head. We'll see if Kyle can keep it up.
That's going to be a tough beat. We saw that Rick has a great team that can put up some points, and but man, Kyle's team put up some points too. So
yeah,
it'd be interesting.
It's a hard second week, but Kyle, let's do it, man. Yep. Chris and Diego going head to head. I tend to just kind of lean into Diego, just like
love Diego's team. Here. Super jealous. He's got Chris, a great team,
and you can pull it out. Anybody can beat anybody any given week.
True. That's true.
Bring the pain train. Come on.
That's right.
Obed looking to show that he is in fact somebody's poppy.
Sure.
Taking on Will, so that'll be fun. That'll be. I wish I was in the office this week so I could hear them go back and forth a little bit. Yeah,
that should be a good game. Excited for that one.
Don't worry, Obed. I'm not going to give Calvin Ridley to Will for nothing. It's kind of. I think Will was looking for that DeAndre Hopkins, David Johnson trade. You know, where one team gets all the good stuff. Of course, David Johnson
did great.
He was really good.
Yeah.
And then Luke and Justin going head to head. So this is the battle of the Eagles fans right here.
Oh yeah, it sure is. Look at that. That's fun.
Yeah. So I'm eager to see what happens there. Obviously, Justin's projected to win, but we know these guys had really close scores this past week. So We'll see what happens. And then this is one of my favorite matchups right here is the brother-in-law matchup. You and Gary. You gonna take him down?
Absolutely. For y'all that don't know, Gary is my brother-in-law. He is my wife's brother, and I love beating him. Like it brings me pleasure. So, Gary, sorry, got to do it to you. We can still have Thanksgiving dinner together, celebrate. But I'm gonna beat you. That's all there is to it.
Take him down.
I will.
Just having Gary here so we could have a water bet.
Yeah, I could get Deja to do it. I could get my stepdaughter to throw water on him. So, hey, Gary, if you're listening to this, water bet challenge. So there it is, throwing it out there. You're down.
Let's do it. Cool. Well, those are the matchups. Man, you got anything else for this week?
I don't. Like I said, keep making moves. If you lost, make moves. Make sure you're paying attention to your lineup. Make sure you're paying attention to injuries, starters, all that good stuff. Just pay attention. It is not over in week 1. Even first place Rick could end up in last place. You just never know. So keep playing, keep making moves, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great season.
Well, and it's funny. I always feel like I have a pretty good team, but the past 2 years I've gotten in the playoffs as the 6th seed.
There you go.
Then, I mean, in the playoffs I've done pretty well. I lost by the Eagle, the Ertz miracle last year, but you know, sixth seed has just, I was the 6th seed when I won the championship. And
yeah, there you go.
So you just got to get in. That's all you got to do.
Get in and keep playing.
I do think I'm remembering last season we started off with Rick and Andrew. I feel like they were at the top again. So
yeah,
it's feeling a little reminiscent.
Rick's good. Yeah. Andrew's
he really
good.
turned that team around last year.
He did.
It was a bad team last year.
He absolutely did.
So, all right, guys. Well, good luck this week. Make sure and set your lineups for the games tomorrow, and it'll be great. You can keep picking people up. Remember, it'll keep working through Fab, clearing each night up until Sunday. Sunday morning, waivers will open up, and you can pick up players at will with for 0 Fab. But yeah, keep going. It's gonna be great.
Yep. Good luck, guys. See y'all.
Thanks, guys.